Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 7 of season 39. Today we're taking on 1NG. Our team today is going to be using Kingpin as our primary attacker with the Mr. Sinister, the Warlock synergy, and then we have a Bishop on the path later on, so we have a Warlock to counter him. Sorry if I sound a bit ragged. I tested positive for COVID on Saturday and still feeling the after effects for sure. So first up we have this Human Torch here on node 3. Human Torch is a tactic defender, so the name of the game here is that we want to prevent the prowess from the node, so we want to do parry, light medium, and then, you know, just play it slow. It's going to be a super long fight. Kingpin has permanent debuffs on himself, as you can see, so since Torch is a tactic defender, pretty much every one of my hits is going to glance. That includes a special one, so we're not going to be getting pretty much any of the degen from us, from the special one rather, on him. Now that will change. There will be brief periods, I don't know if it's once or twice in this fight, where we finally get up to 8 debuffs and then overpower triggers, and at that point we get some actual decent damage in. So until then though, just rely on the attack rating increase per debuff. He's still doing a couple thousand damage here and there on his basic attacks, even without the crits. So again, patience is the name of the game here. We're power locking him after the special. That's not really important for this fight. It's more important for the next fight. So I think any other fight Kingpin would have done right now. So right there, overpowered triggers. We finally get some decent damage in. We get a degen to apply on the special one, but overpower unfortunately doesn't last very long. So we were right back to light mediums here. And if you accidentally trigger too many of the prowess, those specials do hurt even through your block. So you definitely want to avoid doing that as much as possible. Right, so yeah, not much else to say about this fight. I probably should have sped it up a little bit because there's really not much else going on here. So again, if you have to take this fight, just play it slow. Some war fights you want to nuke down as fast as possible. Others end up like this one where you just need to play patient there. So got another overpower trigger. That was totally on purpose, taking some incinerates to trigger overpower, right? that's what I'm going with anyway. All right, Torch goes down. We're moving on. We have a Mephisto mini here on node 26. So there is Conflictor on this node, and we're going to be applying 3 types of various debuffs on him during this fight. So they got the parry stun, we got the degen from the special one, and then the power lock from the synergy. All 3 of those are going to trigger Conflictor at various parts in the fight, but the important thing is that you have control over 2 of them. You have control over when you parry stun and when you apply the degen from the special one. So that being said, make sure that you have enough space to give on his power bar, also taking into consideration the aura if it's up, so that if you do intentionally trigger Conflictor and give him that extra power, it's not zooming him up to a special 3 right away. I think I did put an invulnerability boost on just for safety for this fight, but you can see it's going pretty well. There is the hazard shift node here, which benefits Kingpin, but we don't have Hood on the team, so some of those debuffs are sticking on us. But either way, they are still giving us a nice attack increase, and then helping us get to that overpower mode a lot faster here. So a lot of repairing going on here as well. When I see that I have him, at or below a bar power, I'm okay repairing. Otherwise, just kind of, patiently baiting out special attacks, waiting for that aura to expire. Similar to that last fight, you just really want to just stay as patient as possible here. When he has the aura, of course, back off. You don't want to take too much energy damage. Alright, he's triggered his regen, so that means the fight is just about over here. You can see the shocks. We got those 3 shocks on us. Those are doing quite a bit of damage on us, so we're going to have to pot up after this fight for sure, but the important thing is, of course, just to get the fight down without dying. It's always the goal. I think the power lock synergy actually really helps quite a bit here, unlike in the next fight, which we will talk about momentarily. But yeah, anytime you can limit the amount of power gain that Mephisto gains, especially with that aura, it's going to be a good time. So, alright, he goes down. Next up, we have a Hulkling on node 35. So, obviously you can't parry in this fight because of One Eye Open, but I do think that the power lock synergy hurts you quite a bit in this fight because you can't really cycle specials as much as possible, and you don't want him hitting into your block because then he's going to go unblockable. So what you're going to see me do in this fight is a lot of blind intercepts, right there. So really risky play. When he's below bar of power, I'm trying to do just regular backdraft light intercepts, and he he is not very cooperative in this fight. So, yeah, trying to get the degen up. The degen should stop the regen. It should stop the indestructible. 50% chance, of course, per degen. But so right here, I'm trying to get a blind intercept. There we go. A lot of that in this fight, because he has one charge you can see left to give before he goes unblockable. We don't want that. But see, the problem is that when we punish his special attacks, we're not giving him any power to get back up to another special attack, which is forcing us to get our openings in different ways. And if he doesn't want to cooperate with the intercepts, which he doesn't, I don't think, until like the end of the fight, then it becomes problematic. In addition, you really want to push him more to the special 2 rather than the special 1, because the special 1 gives him that increased rate of gain for the shapeshift charges. That's going to increase his passive power gain when you hit into him. So, yeah, special 2, I guess maybe in hindsight, the special 1 is okay, because any form of the passive power gain in this fight actually might work into your favor and help kind of counteract that power lock synergy here. So right there, he's finally starting to cooperate with the intercepts right at the end of the fight. He goes down. That was a pretty good fight, if I do say so myself. All right, last fight for me this war is a bishop on node 45. We're going to put on some tech boosts here. I verified with an alliance mate that this person placed with willpower, so it actually becomes pretty easy. We're going to be parrying during the shock phase here. And then willpower should trigger a power drain once bishop is infected. The parry stun will trigger a power drain. Now we need to get out of the corner here. So now that we're in bleed phase, we just attack into him. And then the armor breaks from the special 2 are also going to trigger a power drain as well. And if we play this fight correctly, which we do, I don't think bishop gets to a single special this entire fight, or it doesn't have a chance to use one here. So back in shock phase, just going to stick to parries, making sure we keep those infections up. Getting good parries, good re-parries here, absolutely key, because if you miss one, chances are he's going to nail you with a combo, and then he's going to launch right into a special 1 here. So being super careful not to push him over a special 1. Power drain is doing its job here. Backing off during the shock phase. I think one more special 2. I'm not sure. I think it might end the fight here. You can safely hit into his block, of course, because tech champs won't give bishop any prowess. And then one special 2, and does this kill him? Almost. One more hit. Bait that heavy. There we go. Down he goes. All right, so a couple of pretty good fights, pretty fun fights this time. We did come out with the victory, 4 kills, 0 deaths, and our record has improved to 5-2 on the season. Usually 6-6 in Tier 1 is good enough for Masters, so we have positioned ourselves pretty well over the first 7 wars to be in a Masters finish. So unless something goes terribly wrong and we somehow drop to Tier 2, which would be very bad, I think we have a good shot at finishing Masters here. So hopefully we can make that top 10 finish. That would be great. Guys, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to go lay down again, and thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.